I will talk about modern cultural diplomacy and Isa Cultural Center as my colleague talk about Bahrain. In the name of God, the merciful and compassionate, our current age witnesses tremendous rapid technological developments in various areas, particularly the areas of telecommunication and information technology, and the spread of cultures and interfaith dialogue. This made the world one unified unit that is affected by and interacts with the events. It has become imperative for those who want to walk in this civilization trail to keep up with the explosion of knowledge and culture quotient. As intellectual and scientific rapid progress requires every effort and use of the possibilities that lead to the certain of comprehensive cultural, scientific, and technical renaissance, where the sophistication, cultural, and informational played a major role in the construction of modern human civilization, as well as it was the cause of the radical changes that have occurred in all areas of cultural production, literary and artistic, intellectual and humanitarian, which is the basis of knowledge of life in the community. Isa Cultural Center is a significant cultural monument that seeks to be a bridge between cultures of all kinds, local, regional, and international, to show the faces of Bahrain culture in all aspects, cultural, historical, humanitarian, as well as to let the world discover the stock of intellectual, cultural, artistic, and cultural heritage of Kingdom of Bahrain, in order to identify patterns of multicultural and to achieve communication and intercommunication for knowledge with the other party, as well as finding areas of intellectual and cultural commons. Isa Cultural Center constantly aims to find various forms of cultural cooperation between people. These acts of cooperation would indeed reinforce the importance of context and bridging cultural distance through getting to know with the heritage and civilization of other people and their creativity and achievements. Kingdom of Bahrain has long history and distinguished location in the march of human civilization in all its components of cultural diversity and artistic creation and intellectual. Today, in the Federation of Germany and its Asian capital of Berlin, at the kind invitation from Herr Mark Donfred, Isa Cultural Center is participating in an important cultural event on cultural diplomacy for the purpose of strengthening cultural cooperation in addition to an exchange of expertise and to promote cultural relation between the Kingdom of Bahrain and countries of all the world, which would make it easier to cross border and would form a common ground on the level of Bahraini and international cultural relations, as well as on the level of cultural diplomacy. Combining various sources of different shapes under the portal of one specialized center and placing them under the integrated structure will provide a better environment and, in particular, more accurate and comprehensive. Isa Cultural Center is a cultural institution affiliated with the Bahraini Royal Court and is one of the most prominent cultural institutions in the Kingdom of Bahrain due to the contents of multiple partitions which provide a variety of cultural and intellectual services. Isa Cultural Center was named in the memory of our late Emir, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman Al Khalifa, may God bless his soul, and in recognition of his historical role in building the modern state of Bahrain. Cultural generates knowledge and elevates the community. Therefore, the most important objectives of Isa Cultural Center is to quest forward to achieve cultural exchange by making it a center for information technology as well as a scientific platform which believes in a continuous environment of cultural and knowledge that aims at development, human resources, and human society, which is achieved through the vision and task of the center. Thus, the function of the center is reflected in the following. 1. Signing cultural agreement and reinforce them between the Kingdom of Bahrain, regional and other countries to promote bases of joint cultural cooperation, protection and maintenance of cultural heritage and intellectual property. 2. Opening international cultural corners, since Isa Cultural Center accommodate the National Library of Bahrain, and opening those corners and facilitating its function for the attainment of cultural exchange with other countries, as well as allowing opportunity to consolidate all types of cultural connections that would serve the cultural movement. 3. Organizing cultural activities, including various poetical and artistic event on the local, regional, and international levels, as well as holding cultural festivals, seminars, various conferences, and supervising their implementation. 4. Encourage literary, cultural, and artistic creativity through the establishment of various cultural competition and support the Bahraini regional and international creators. Patronizing popular and artistic heritage and maintaining it through holding national festival, international parades, in which local and international folk groups take part in it, and maintaining a cultural data archive to provide information for culture and heritage institution. 7. Publishing books, periodicals, and cultural artistic works in order to contribute and highlight the role of the authentic and contemporary Bahraini culture for readers and researchers. 8. Joining international organizations and institutions concerned with human culture, heritage, and folklore, as Isa Cultural Center is a member of the International Organization of Folk Art, IOV, which has chosen the Kingdom of Bahrain to be a headquarter of the IOV for the Middle East and North Africa and General Assembly of IOV 2007. In order to achieve its cultural objectives and missions, Isa Cultural Center was designed according to the standard of elaborate architectural art that combines the originality of Bahraini tradition architecture along with the cutting-edge technology. Houses a number of cultural spaces, key facilities, which are the follows. The Conference Center. This is the main conference hall, which you have seen. It can accommodate up to 2,000 people, and also there's a lot of conference halls, galleries, lecture halls, seminars, and exhibition halls supported by all latest equipments with qualified Isa Cultural Center to host various conferences, exhibitions, and events at local, regional, and international level. Another component is the Historical Document Center. This constitutes a cultural legacy and historical reference facility for Bahrain at different stages of its history. It is considered as one of the tributary of cultural research and reflects the deep-rooted civilization of the Kingdom of Bahrain. Another component is the headquarters of Isa Award for Service to Humanity. The center also houses the Secretariat General of Isa Award for Service to Humanity. It is an award every 2 years, $2 million, for the recognition of all mankind. And also it hosts the library. At the end, I would like to say Isa Cultural Center participation in this conference is considered as expression of an actual cultural diplomacy about communication and dialogue between the East and the West, or the two wings of the human civilization. Moreover, the success of this cultural gathering encourages us to benefit from it through a Bahraini expression defined by the heritage of the civilization of Bahraini intellectual who is open to own others, in addition to the level of friendship that connect Bahrain with the world. At the end, I would like to say that Isa Cultural Center participation in this conference is highly regarded and appreciated. Thank you very much, the city of Berlin. Thank you very much, Herr Mark, for your invitation. Thank you all, the organizer of this conference, and thank you all for being here, and thank you very much. This is some of the photos for Isa Cultural Center. Another meeting room. This is some agreement, signing of some agreement with the Saudis, Italian, American. This is also exchange of, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.